Thanks for coming back and joining me here again on Szpakowo. It's episode 17 with me, MrSealyp. Ladies and gentlemen, it's January 2, it's 8:37, it's a frosty cold morning. I tell you what, was the juice worth the squeeze? That's the question to ask. I would say 100%. Everything that I put in my biogas plant yesterday has run through. Money's gone up again. You saw, or you've already seen, should have seen those three. I took on another one. 3 root crop harvests, all done. Thank you to everyone who reached out about the Rootster, the 604 Premium DLC by Yogadim, which is the Rootster trailed harvester but works with the premium DLC crops. I have installed it, do appreciate that. A few people messaged and said what about, so there's that. I've just put in half of what was out of the greenhouses, so I've got another load of each of raspberries and blueberry stew, but well, let me show you. I suppose because I was taking them loose before, if you take 22,000 litres at a time, which is what I was doing, that's 22 crates. So I guess, yeah, when you think about it, was this worth it? Well, the next thing we've got to do, we're going to need to buy another trailer. We need a bigger flatbed. Our flatbed at the moment's got our seed tender on it. So, yeah, I need to load all these onto another trailer, so we're going to need something else. We've got our first butter, that's produced, and our cheese is on the way, which is cool. We've got a load more flowers, which are good to go into the sell point. We'll get those doing. Then, like I said, the biogas plant is empty. Look at this. The detail. I'm loving it. This, when it snowed overnight, the wrap came down the sides. So it did become like a full polytunnel. I mean, it's pretty frozen as it is. We're running low on seed. This will be one of those things that until we get through to our harvest season and we can start producing seed again, when that runs out of seed, we're out of seed. I've got a little bit of my seed tender, which I suppose we could use because I've got no more crops to plant at the moment. What I am going to do, first things first, I'm going to, let's go to here and let's repay the 50 grand we borrowed back. Do we do 50 or do we do 60? Might have done 60. So let's repay. Really? There we go. So loans back to 300,000. So the 200 grand that we originally paid off, we borrowed 50 or 60 grand back of it. So 175,550, but we've got all of that to deliver. And the flowers to put in. Today's biogas plantery, I have a plan in my head. We need more silage, and I know I said when we get to baling contract, we're not round to baling season again, but we need more silage. I can't run everything through this every day, but I can put slurry in, I can put manure in. If we've got silage, we can put that in. I'm at risk of running through all of our straw, which again, once we get round to harvest seasons again, I can start producing more. That's fine, but for the moment, I mean, that's done us proud over the last couple of days. That thing's been incredible. But I have another production I want to put in, and it's to help alleviate this situation and hopefully help in conjunction with this situation with our fertiliser. We're going to do some homebrew, but not homebrew as you think it's going to be. There's a little shed garage thing. It's homebrewed. Is it homebrewed productions? I think it does liquid fertiliser, herbicide and fertiliser. I think it only needs manure, water and slurry. I think. Potentially digestate. We've got a ton of digestate in there, so if we find something for digestate, that's great, but I need more silage. So what I'm thinking I'm going to do, let's go into here, let's go up to there, and I'm going to buy a field. I'm hovering over 138 because of the fields that are fairly close to us. It's not a bad price, 82 grand, so I'm going to buy that. So we've got our own field. Then that's going to have to be mapped and whatnot. We've got the grass that's on here. We've got a little bit of grass left on there. The other thing I need to do then is a flatbed. Now there are tons and tons. I don't know what modded ones I've got installed. The people that have been reaching out to me suggesting things, I do have a lot of the mods. People are suggesting certain ones. Just because on the video when I was going through my menu, I just haven't got them all selected. Some of them, not all of them, don't get me wrong. The rootster I had completely forgotten about. But if we go into here and look at our low loaders, I mean, I would generally default to that, the DTS, because I can pull it behind a truck. I haven't got a lorry at the moment. I could get a dolly. I could get one of these and just get a dolly if we wanted to. There's that, but that's 60 grand. So like, I suppose the logic behind that would be, if you're going to get that, which I suppose does have ramps, but then that one does too, for 45 grand then get a dolly, or get that. But the thing I've got to think about as well is that's all well and good, but getting in and out of some of the narrow driveways and that kind of stuff could be a problem. The other thing I could have a look at, and like I say, I don't know if I've got any installed. There's a lot by, is it Mac Trucker 921 and 82 Studios. There's quite a few. I haven't got any installed at the moment. I've got them installed but not selected. So I don't know what to do for the best actually. Whether or not for the first load we just lease one, and then I'll have a look through for one that we can purchase. So potentially defaulting to one we've used a lot before. Just kind of makes sense, doesn't it really? I can stack a whole load up on that. It's not going to be hardly anything to lease, is it? Yeah, I'm going to do that. Right, so no, don't want that on. How much is that to lease? 1,249. Perfect. I'm going to make that easily back on the stuff I'm going to sell. I haven't checked the price of these. I could hold on to all these. I could get a pallet storage. I could stick them all into storage. There's the refrigerated pallet storage ones that I used on Alma, although I had a problem with those because I couldn't get stuff back out of them. I don't know if they've been updated since then. But there's so many modded storages for pallets, bales, all sorts of things like that, and I could wait for the price to come all the way back up and then take them, but realistically I'm going to sell them at the moment. It's what we've got on hand. I'm going to get rid of it all, plus that's still churning, plus I've still got an absolute load in here that's still to run through, so I haven't got a shortage of berries at the moment. So next job after that is going to be making sure my silage clamp is clear, and then we're going to lease a, I might do that while we're here as well. I'm going to go for one of the TARDIS ones, I think. Am I? Yeah, maybe, but just a basic one. I'm not going to go bonkers. Forage wagons. So we've got these types, but for price as well and efficiency, if I go for not the large but the TARDIS small, that's still 25,000 litres. The medium of that, to be fair, that's 50,000 litres. 52 grand. Leasing that wouldn't be too expensive. What's the horsepower requirement? 200. It's fairly high in the horsepower requirement, whereas that's a little bit lower. I mean, that's 125,000 litres. I mean, that's a bit. It's cool, but it is a little bit. It is unreal, obviously. I think we might go with that. Is there a metallic option? I was hoping there was a. Oh no, I was hoping it was like a stainless. Well, that's not too bad. I like that. Yeah, maybe that. And then design colour on top. Should we go red? Not that, oh, that's a bit metallic-y. Bit Metallica. Rim colour. Should we go with the same grey? No, we'll go with the red. No. No. Yes. Cool. I don't know why I'm changing it. Oh, it doesn't really matter. Take that off. Release that. 1,417. No brainer. So, what we're going to be doing then. Oh, the other thing I was going to check. Contracts. Do we have any contracts available? I don't think we do. But it doesn't hurt to look. Nothing major. So it's going to be farm work for us today, which is absolutely fine. We need to get that cracking. Oh, that homebrew thing. That was 8,000. I don't know whether to put it over here or put it over in the middle of all that. Maybe over here. Seeing as all our kind of our production for, I mean, I suppose I could. Oh no, let's stick it next to that. It's going to put it right in the middle, isn't it? I'm just thinking of using up potential grass. I suppose we could put it over here, couldn't we? Yep. Next, let's get on with that. Get in. We're progressing. I hope I've got this right. It's 8,500, that's all for this little shed, which is pretty cool. And what we should be able to do is homebrew. Well, it's not homebrew, but where's my... Okay, now I'm in trouble. Oh, there we go. On the side, herbicide, liquid fertilizer, solid fertilizer. So herbicide, yeah, slurry, manure. It's just various different. That one just requires slurry and water. That one manure and water. So as long as I can bring slurry, manure and water, which we've got all three of, I can produce herbicide, liquid fertilizer and solid fertilizer. Again, will I use it? Potentially. Will I sell any of it? Maybe. I suppose we could do if we wanted to do it as a production. But again, as far as being able to provide local farmers with goods, it's a fairly, you know, it's a something and nothing. You'd look and go, oh look, there's a shed with a, you know, maybe it's a little silo type thing, but that will do the job. So I've got water in that tank. We'll put that in there, and then we've got today's slurry and today's manure. I'll stick in there rather than the biogas plant. Look at the frost on the dome of that as well. That's so cool. Anyway, so many jobs to do. Let's go and get that low loader. Let's get some of these on. Let's get some of those flowers delivered, sold. We could do flower deliveries, I suppose, couldn't we, if people want them delivered? If I left the engine running on that. Oh yeah, because I moved those pallets out of the way. Let's take that. Right, so what I'm going to do, I'm going to get the rest of the raspberries and blueberries in. I might do the flowers actually, and then I'll go and get the low loader. I will see you momentarily. We are crack-a-lacking today. Oh, actually, before I go, I said thank you to all the people that suggested the Rootster. Thank you to everyone who reached out yesterday. It was incredibly kind of everyone that reached out. People have been reaching out, sending me stuff to try and make me happy. To make me smile, not make me happy. To make me smile, to cheer me up. And to all the people that have, thank you. Yeah, Rob reached out, and Nina reached out, and Stuart reached out, and so many people sent messages, and yeah, I can't thank you enough. It's very kind of you. I was watching. I've said many times before. I watch Hayes Outdoors, Paul Hayes, and he was saying on his video today he's on 3 parts of however many parts the episode he's doing. He's doing an 80-mile hike through the Dolomites in Italy, and it's it's incredible what he's doing. And he suffers with his mental health. He's done a lot of stuff for mental health charities, and he got quite emotional. He was saying about the beauty of where he was and what was going on, and he was saying about how a lot of people you will constantly run away from your problems without consciously doing it. You're running away from your demons. You're running away from things you don't want to face, things you don't want to deal with, things you want to put on the back burner till tomorrow. And it can be tiny things. It can be, it can be anything. It could be you're just nervous about going to the dentist. It could be you've got, you need to apply for a new job and you're nervous about an interview, whatever it might be. Then people will avoid confronting these things. And he said, he likened it to the Matrix. He said, you've got to treat it like you're Neo and you're being chased by the agents. So that point where in the Matrix, the first one, where Neo feels in himself that he's the one and he turns and faces them when he stops all the bullets in the air, he said you've got to do that every now and again. It's not always easy, it really isn't. Every now and again you've got to stop and you've got to put your hand up and you've got to say, I'm the one, I'm me. Confront your demons, face them head on and deal with stuff. And I suppose there's a massive thing to that. But I really, really do appreciate it. Everyone that reached out, you are all incredibly kind people. I have such a fantastic community of people around me, family-wise and farm sim community as well. You guys are awesome. So thank you. As you've seen, I've put all the bits and bobs into our homebrew shed. We'll get some brewing going on of some description. We'll start racking this up, and this is going to just be, I mean, absolutely piled. I think the thing with this as well, I've just realised, I think we have straps on the front end. Can I get another, actually, can I get a 3 wide? I think I can, can't I? Yeah. Let's do that. I think I can probably get it 3 wide. Are there straps on here? There are, but those are in the way, aren't they? Well, I'm sure we can get it to hang over or something, can't we? So, yeah, I'm going to carry on loading this up and just get as much on as I possibly can, which is brilliant. More money in the bank doesn't hurt, does it? Can't see at the front there. There we are on the ground, aren't we? I haven't had to use the rear weight increased for this, so we should be alright. I'm just worried about these toppling, but they might be alright. Oh yeah, look, we managed to just squeak in there, have we? I think maybe. For the purposes of this video, let's just say yes, we managed to squeak in there. There we have. Yeah, look at that. Nose CSZ, folks, and I keep saying it. Haven't got the big bag handler. Proper pallety goodness. So what I can do is I can double stack from one side, then grab single stacks for the other side. Yeah. Oh, I've got to saw the flowers out. I haven't sold any flowers yet. Get those done. We are, as I always say on every Let's Play, you kind of start off, if you're not doing productions, that's fine. If you are doing productions, that's also fine. With all the best will in the world, you start off doing this, loading all your stuff up, taking it off to sell points, because you can earn more money, you don't take a hit on delivery and that kind of stuff. But you will reach a point, if you're running a few productions, where it becomes too unwieldy. And then you are spending a lot of your time doing this, and that's when you tend to switch over from setting on storing to setting to selling, because it just, yeah, you know, I don't mind doing all this, but when you have got a lot running, and like this is putting out a lot of stuff as well, it does become easier, especially when it's quite prolific, to set to selling, I think, which we might end up doing. at some point. That could have been shoved from the back actually, because that's not really on as well as I would have liked. Can I reach from the back? I think I've just got the ramps on it. There we go. See you in a little while. I've got pallets to load. The flowers, I've just sold all my flowers. They were worth way more now. January, I don't know why. Did pretty well out of those. I did 2 at a time. One set of 2 racks of flowers I got $6 grand for. Anyway, note to self, don't bring all the berries at once or set them to selling, because I put them all on in one go, and we got a little bit laggy, I'm not going to lie, but they're all on here. We got a few, and I had to come across country, because I couldn't get through the gate. As I said, whoa, what's taking that? We're losing stuff. Oh, it's that buy anything thing. Right, here we go then. Whoa, mama. Forget the twigs, people, we got the berries. That was awesome. I'm so happy with that. Maybe we can get another grass field. You know what? I wasn't expecting that much, but I'll take it. Of course I will. I'm not crazy. I guess what we could do is... How much is that one? 22 grand? We'll have that. Next to that, 21. Yes, please. What's that one? A little bit more. Well, you know what? I think we'll stop there. We'll quit while we're ahead. 112 grand in the bank, nice. And all that stuff is all still going. I think I'm going to set those, the berry pallets now, to selling directly. So we'll have someone from the sell point here, or from the local area. Whoever wants berries, they can come and collect them. Sorted. That's that next step done. So now it's on to, I'll take this trailer back because we haven't leased this, and we'll oh, I'm not going to be able to get out here, am I? No. And then we'll go and grab that forage wagon. What I'm going to have to do as well, my windrower, I'm going to have to switch it back from 3-point link to a normal hitch. So what I can do is I can mow, and then I can run my windrower with the forage wagon behind it. Or I can just run a single mower on the front and the forage wagon behind it. It's probably, I don't know, I suppose you're going over the ground. So it'll take you longer to go over the ground with a single mower. If I go over with the double, yeah, I think I'll go over the mowers first, and then I'll windrow and collect at the same time. Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go out to our new fields and have a look. See what we get. I don't know how much our silage clamp's going to hold, but we'll cut everything I can. Every bit of grass I've got, every blade I will cut. Ah, that's what it was. As I came across here, this has got the mobile utilities sell anything, because I was having that problem with originally when I was saying I was going to be selling this stuff off. So every now and again I was going to simulate selling some pallets off the shelving, but the sell point wouldn't take it. The sell point says it will take it, so I got that one, and it doesn't work with that one either. So if we take that over here, you got some money go up now. No. So I don't know why. Let's go back to the same place again. That's what it was. As I drove across, it was registering this sell point. Anywho. Yep. Well, that's a disappointment. As you've just seen, this wouldn't hook up. However, don't worry. The other version of this, the slightly larger one, we'll see. I've got it out of the field. I thought, you know what? Rather than just completely ignoring the fact I've got the 50,000 litre one, I took over the windrower to the store rather than bring it all the way over, and it hooked up, no problem at all. So this, unfortunately, was a waste of money to lease. But I mean, at the end of the day, it's, you know, yeah, unfortunately, what a waste of money. Anyway, not a problem. As you can see, I've done my mowing on this field, done mowing on that field. I haven't cut absolutely everything. We're very frosty still, so it's frosty foraging, and it's going to be the grass I've just cut's a little bit crunchy. That's okay. Nothing wrong with a bit of bite to it. Now, obviously, in the real world, if you did this, once the frost started to thaw, you'd have wet grass, and then putting wet grass into a clamp, not the best. But now turning to our new fields, it's just here. So the first of our new fields is this one. So I got that one, and that hooked up, no problem at all. I think because the PTO on this one is above, on the other one the PTO's below, so it couldn't hook it up and hook the PTO. That could be why. But this one hooked up no problem. So am I happy with that? I think that's quite the unit. Like I say, for a bit of frosty foraging. It's perfect. Are we frozen in the ditch? Not really. So let's switch that on. So the 3 fields ahead of us, and then once these are done, I'll come out and I'll get these fertilised after I've cut, so they'll be good for next time round. I don't tend to lime grass fields. Most often it will say needs lime. I don't. It's not something I generally do at all, actually. I will turn here. I mean, the other field is ours as well, and the one after it, but we'll do one field first, and then hopefully this will work. I'll have to do my windrowing on the other one separately, but again, that's not too much of a problem. So a lovely look to the water. It has got a very kind of icy kind of look. Still going to keep saying it. This map's brilliant. Yes, it's high. It's a very high megabyte download. I've had a few different people messaging me saying they're having problems. They're having some issues with game crashes, and I've had a couple. I'm not going to lie. I think. Whoa. Stretch Armstrong. Right. I had a very weird experience. I was talking to SealyEG. She came in to talk to me before she went to work, and she was saying about James L. Jones having passed away. And I was telling her the story of Industrial Light and Magic. I was talking about Darth Vader and the voice for it. And the guy in the UK, the bodybuilder that was Darth Vader, that did the Green Cross Code Man adverts. And I always remember the Green Cross Code as a kid, and I was talking to her about that, and she was blank because, you know, Dad's talking again and he's talking rubbish that no one's interested in. And I was saying about how, and when I watched the programme about Industrial Light and Magic on Disney, I think it was something I'd heard a long time before. There's a comedian called Bill Bailey, and he does a whole sketch on it, talking about it. So when they did all the recording, I think the guy is it Cornwall? Somerset, he's sort of West Country, anyway, is where he's from. So they did all the recording, all the scenes, everything. And obviously then because they did a lot of recording at Elstree, a little bit of Shepperton, and then obviously all the footage then went over to the US. George Lucas kind of bounced backwards and forwards, and they did a lot of the editing and stuff like that was then done in the US. So when they did all the editing and heard the guy's voice, they were like, well, no, that's That's not Darth Vader, that's not the voice, that's not what we want. So James L. Jones then came in and did all the voiceover stuff. But what they didn't tell the guy, I can't remember what his name is, Pete or something, isn't it? I'll have to look it up. If I remember, it'll come up on the screen. I probably won't remember. When they came to the actual first screening, no one had told him that it had been dubbed over. Nobody. I mean, I suppose, I don't know, he was just an actor, he was just doing what he was employed to do. But yeah, dubbed over, and they never told him. So, and it was really weird. So no, so that wasn't the weird bit. So we were talking about that, I was talking to Silly G, talking to her all about that, explaining the situation, saying about James L. Jones, and yeah. And then, when I put my video yesterday, Gary reached out, and Gary said, oh, I saw this and thought of you, thought it might make you smile. And would you believe it? It was a picture of the Green Cross Code man. In his Green Cross Code, I was like, what are literally less than 24 hours after having the conversation with Silly G, what are the odds of that? That's bonkers. Anyway, yeah, just thought I'd share that. I'm going to have to look his name up. You know what, rather than put it up on the editing. If I run straight across, let me just see if while this is running forward, I can have a look on my... Sorry, I'm just trying to look and see. Plenty of adverts have popped up. The Royal Society of Prevention of Accidents was what it was. Green Cross Code. Oh gosh, yeah, there was the Tufty Club. There's all this stuff's come up about Bernard Cribbins. Like Bernard Cribbins, and I remember it was the fluffy tail, wasn't it? Oh, blimey, I remember that as well. Oh, forgot about the ditch. David Prowse. Why did I say Peter? Wasn't Peter anything? David Prowse. Yeah, David Prowse was the Green Cross Code man, and he was Darth Vader. Anyway, I'm going to carry on cutting grass. Hang on, was that field next to us house as well? Did I buy the other one? No, this is our field. Cool. Well, that's our boundary. So I'm going to get the rest of this cut. Then what we'll do, we'll get our windrowing done. Collect up what we can, get it into our silage clamp. That will then need to be covered. Cut that, that's fine. Brilliant stuff. Right, I'll see you in a little while when this is cut. Let's crack on with our newfangled bit of gear. I probably should avoid going down that ditch again. Yeah, we'll do that separately. Don't really want to get wet feet, do we? I was just bringing the mowers back and suddenly remembered, I'm pretty sure, the larger one, I got it with silage additive tank. Might get a bit nippy here. Whoop. Luckily we're just here. Yeah, I'm sure I had a silage additive tank with it. I started to move it and so I thought, oh no, I haven't started recording, and I'm sure it's silage additive. Drop that there. Swap in there. Yep, excellent stuff. Only 10 litres, that's weird. Okay, let's move that out of the way, because if we use some we can always put it back. Got to remember I've left it here by the tree. I won't remember, but you know. And this is working pretty well, I have to say. It's doing the job. Exactly what I needed it to do. So, turn those on. Turn that on. This is pulling the whole rig. Not the fastest, but oh, there you go. I did cut everything in the end rather than just the little bits. Got mine the tree. Okay, we're alright. Yeah, it's working. Pickup seems to be pretty good. Let's go. Got to remember there's the bigger ditch the other side, so we can do these two together, but then the other one. Oh, this is sailing. Oh, I've just to my fuel. I suddenly thought, oh, I do need to do repair on this, don't I? And then saw the fuel flashing red. Ooh, we were going to do a fuel refinery, weren't we? And I didn't do it. Can I get across this bit first? We'll do this bit and then the rest of it. There we go. Tidy all that up. Oh dear. I thought we'd get more grass off here, but we're okay. So can I pick all that up? Yep. Can I get right into the corner? Hopefully. Well, if we end up with 100,000 litres, that's better than not having any. There we go. I know it's not out. Don't you worry about it. It's all good. Should have switched these off. Oh no, what happened there? We turned a little bit too tight. A little bit too tight. In fact, this is working though. Brilliant. Saves me doing multiple passes. Now, could I go for the ultimate mowing and baling pack? Yes. Do I have that at the moment? No. I mean, I've got it installed, but haven't bought any of it. I don't know if that the Kubota actually. I can't remember if the Kubota is part of the Kubota pack or part of the ultimate mowing and baling. I think it's Kubota pack, isn't it? Let's get that little bit of grass. Missed it again. So I wasn't going to go down that ditch and then went straight down the ditch. No, it's all going horribly wrong. Stay out of the ditch. Missed a bit. I'll have to come back for that. Right. I've cleared everything away from the silage clamp. Oh, that's something I need to do. When we take our first load over there, I need to make some top mix ration. I think the cows, well, I mean, they're not low, but we've used a little bit, so could probably do with making some. So I'll get some total mix ration on the go. It's interesting. This was pulling no problem at all, and now, it's because we're turning. Maybe because we're turning. Yeah, once we straighten up, we seem to be all right. Right, let's get this bit away. There you go. Shallower turn, we're absolutely fine. So I'll do strip down this way. It's the edges I need to do first, really, I suppose. Right. Keep saying that. Right, and then I keep talking. Frosty foraging. First 50,000 litres. We'll get it in. Oh yeah, total mix ration. I think what I'll do, let's drive around this way. And the next loads will back in. It's very busy. Actually, this isn't going to hold that much, is it? It looks a lot bigger. Bacon's off. Okay. Have we gone out the back? I don't know if we've gone out the back. Hopefully not. Got that and unloaded quickly. Right. Engine off. Let's quickly do some total mix ration. Just going to do it with silage and hay. Already had this in place. Good to go. What's going to do? Oh, yeah. There we go, that's what we're doing. I'll go and get some more grass. And just look at that, we've put in 50,000. What do you reckon that's going to hold? I mean, we're not going to fill it, I don't think. I wouldn't have thought so. There was yesterday a telehandler for sale. It was identical to this one for 46 grand. I nearly bought it. But I thought, to be fair, we've got this. We're using it. There we go. I was only 500 litres left. I was just going to look down and see what it was I had per bale, and then realise there's only 500 left in this one. So what are these ones? These are 9s, these are 7250s. One of these. Full. Move that out of the way. Get them fed. Then we're going to get the rest of the grass. Nice. Carrots are staying nicely chilled. Don't have to worry about them too much. Come on. Let's do some more. Wow, I didn't think we were going to take this much. Okay, I'll do it off camera. I'll see when we've got the next load. Or maybe, I don't know. Depends how long it's going to take. Whoa, careful. Got to get all my jobs done. It's just before lunchtime, and I'm bringing in the last bit. We've got 29,940. At the moment we've got 150,000 litres in there. Now I could have gone round and trimmed up some bits of grass. I said I was going to cut every blade, but there's a few bits here and there I could have done. But I'm always running the risk, unless I just run the front mower rather than the double on the back as well. I could run the front mower and that, of me knocking into stuff and stacks of bales and that kind of stuff we've got all over the place. But as far as grass fields go that we own, they're all done. That in. Probably just straighten up a little bit. There we go. And unload. there we have it. That's in. Compacting wise, I don't know whether to use this or use the might use the telehandler, because the telehandler is quite small. Should get up on there. So we should. Oh, I was going to say, hang on a minute. It's because we got that turned off. There we go. Whew, panic. 179,952. That's not too bad. We run that silage with the biogas plant. Once it's ready, we're golden. That will keep us chugging away for a little while. We might be alright at the back, actually. So before I do that, then I'm going to do that off camera. That's in. That was what I wanted to get done in this episode, actually. I wanted to get all of the berries delivered, which we've done. I wanted to get in the little the home brewing, which is in. That's what it's called. I'm not making it up. It's home brewing. I want to go and have a look at that now, actually, and see how we're looking. How much has actually run through it? Let's see. All cut. It hasn't really warmed up. I thought we'd get to lunchtime and it would go back to normal. The frost would sort of disappear, but it really hasn't. Well, to be fair, when we looked at the forecast a couple of episodes ago, it was showing snow right the way through January and February, so we've probably been alright. Lucky that it hasn't. So let's have a look. How we're looking. That's actually not too bad already, is it? I mean, the recipes on each, we're gaining more than we're putting in, which is pretty cool. And from what we originally put in, and we could do that daily, again, depending on what we've got, our situation, I could fill the water up completely. But as far as our manure and slurry goes, I mean, we could go up to that store up the road and buy some if we really wanted to. But if we're going to be self-sufficient, what we're getting from the cows and putting in here, we've already got solid fertiliser, liquid fertiliser and herbicide. Sound, no problem at all. Whatever is happening, whatever magickery is happening inside here, it's doing what it should be doing. That is dormant at the moment, but like I say, I'm not too sure what we're going to do about that. Give it some thought. Still no contracts available, but as far as all that goes, absolutely brilliant. So I'm going to go and grab the telehandler, get up on top of the silage clamp and get compacting. And I could use that, I suppose. That's quite small. I don't know, we'll see. It's not particularly heavy, so I don't think it's going to... Must be the first time doing silage clamp on here, so what I say, I could possibly get a compactor, but I'm not really going to use it that often, am I? Haven't moved over any milk today, so I might let that build up for a couple of days. Can we get ourselves up onto the stack? We can. Can we get ourselves stuck? Not yet, that's good. It's kind of smoothing out, but it's not compacting. I might need to get a compactor. But anyway, yeah, it's doing absolutely nothing. We're still on 1%. We need a bit more weight, a bit more oomph on this. We are absolutely sinking into this as well. Okay, let's get off that. I'll try the telehandler. And with that, we've come to the end of another episode. I hope you've enjoyed it. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.